Hey, what's going on? It's another weekend, another hard weekend, and we're working on some things. We're working on a few things right here. Just kidding. What I'm really working on is installing my rear subframe thing onto the car because, long story short, we got to put this car back together. And with that being said, we gotta put all this subframe crap together. This is all loosely bolted on. This upper control arm, lower control arm, the knuckle, all this stuff is just loosely bolted on. And if you're wondering what this thing is, this line is basically, you can't really see it, but right there somewhere, the brake line is cut because I guess whenever they took this car apart, they couldn't get that brake line off, so it's cut. So luckily, my friends part out S2Ks all the time, and they let me just take this entire assembly, which includes the fuel lines and stuff, which I don't think I need, but it's always good to have some extra stuff. So I gotta get under this car, install the brake line. Then after that, I need to install the subframe onto the car. I don't know what bolts. There should be 6 bolts that bolt the subframe to the rear of the car. I don't know if I'm going to assemble this first and then put the subframe up, or just put the subframe up, then bolt on the upper control arm, lower control arm, and knuckle. Not too sure on what order I want to do things yet, but I still have time to decide. And I also need to install this whole evap system. I got everything for the evap system here. What else I got? I got all the subframe bolts here somewhere, so I gotta find that. What else I got? I got spoon rigid collars too, but I don't think I'm going to install that now. Maybe closer to like final completion I'll install that, or maybe after. I don't know. I don't think this is the final assembly of the rear subframe onto the S2K. I also need to install those rigid collars for the front too, but the whole front is waiting on parts. Whatever. So to install this whole brake line setup, I gotta jack up the car and, I don't know, get under there. Right now the car is supported by four dollies, and I gotta move my S2000 engine block, which I need to drop off to get assembled. Yeah, I got all the goodies here: OEM pistons, OEM piston rings. These are piston rings, wrist pins, and yeah, I gotta drop it all off to get assembled. It's a lot of work. Yeah, subframe. Alright, kind of regret removing the dash from the car a while back, because it's gonna be a pain in the butt to put back in. That's my ASM exhaust there, just on top of my car. Anyways, alright, cool. So let's remove this out of the way. Let's clear up this area and get this all into my car, because all this stuff, this control arms and all this crap, take up a lot of room, and they need to be on the car, and it'll also take less room. And then that's one step closer to making my car a roller, which is cool, so then I can just roll the car in and out, or just have it chilling on wheels. So, alright, time to take care of it. finally moved a bunch of crap out of the way, and I got the car on a few jack stands. I got one on the pinch weld and one on the inner frame there. That should be good. I also got another jack stand right there, just in case everything else fails. So everything is good now. So let's take a look underneath the car and see what's going on. So I'm going to shine a light. So you can see right there, yeah, that brake line is not all there. So that's why I'm replacing it. I'll take a look at the other brake line, but it is nice to have the whole assembly. Now we make our way under the car, and it's pretty much what I have outside the car, just like that plastic cover thing, and the lines run all the way to the front of the car, to the rear. So I'm just gonna undo these plastic things and kind of pop off this cover and see if I can run that line through. And yeah, hopefully that works. I'll take a look at the other side brake line and see how that is. Just in case, it's good to look at it. But yeah, this is what underneath my car looks like. Sorry, the camera's upside down. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's a Virginia car, but I always garaged it, and I rarely ever drove it in the snow. Probably like once I drove it in the snow, but besides that, yeah. So there's no rust. Of course, it's only 2001, but nowadays a lot of cars rust. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to install that brake line. So I finally got this, these things off, these like plastic cover things that go like right here. Yeah, they're a pain in the butt. You kind of just have to like wrench on them and then like push down on it with like a screwdriver or something, and it'll come out. You can't just like take them off the normal way. Like you can't just start like ratcheting down on it. It'll just keep spinning in spots. So you gotta push down on it while you're ratcheting away. It helps if you have some power tools. So it kind of loosens up this whole assembly here. Let's see here if I can get this. And I already removed like a 10 mil that holds in this line right here, and I removed another 10 mil right around here. I don't know if it's hard to see or not. Here, let's see. Yeah, I removed another 10 mil right there. And then now I can kind of like pull down this and unclip that that brake line out of here, and then put in the new one. So I was able to get the old brake line out. It's kind of a pain in the butt, especially when your car is not jacked up that high. Basically, I just did it from the outside edge, since this wheel, driver's side back, is the most outer one. I was just able to just pry it out from here. And then, good thing I have this whole assembly here. I can show you out of the car. Basically, just pop it out of these clips. And there's also a brake proportion valve in the front that you gotta unscrew, like here. 10 mil, and then yeah, I'm gonna just pop this out and then try to put it into the car. Yeah, this is a pain in the butt, but it is 100% necessary because I need some brakes. Alright, cool. So after a ton of fighting. I got that brake line in. It's kind of a pain in the butt because this thing routes under the car, and then it routes under there, under that cover thing, and then eventually, I don't know if you can see it here, it connects to this the prop valve, and it screws into there. So you gotta unscrew it from the prop valve here, and then unclip it from the cover, which is here, just like these clips right here. Ran out of power there, so then you have to pretty much see that thing, that clip right there. That clip right there. Undo that, clip it back in, screw it into the prop valve, kind of like that, like so. Using this thing, and then there's a few 10mm bolts that hold into the body, like the one right there. That one. This can focus into it. Yeah, that one right there, that 10mm bolt holds it into the body, and here it is, all its glory, non-cut. So yeah, that's a ton of work. Not a ton of work, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to work in a garage on jack stands, but I got it done. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this subframe. I'm going to take off all these bolts here, remove all the control arms, because the bottom one isn't even bolted in, you can see, and then just try to pop in the subframe, and then put on the control arms. So alright, I'll give that a shot now. Wish me luck. So finally got the subframe in. Yeah, it took a while. I didn't want to refilm the entire thing because I'm going to run out of power for sure. But basically, two bolts in the back, one, another one here, and one in the front. I had since my friend gave me a bucket, two things of subframe bolts, I kind of had to dig through this and figure out what's the rear and what's the front. Like, you look at like these really long ones and you just don't know. But basically the ones in the front are not that long, but I don't know if I have any extra long ones. But they're a little bit longer, but they have thread like this, a little thread and a long like shaft thing. Yeah. So that's what it looks like. And the one in the front, so the back two are the same. It's like long with a thread just up top here. And the one in the rear is like kind of short but has a lot of thread like that. I referenced that from I just went online, looked at some guys selling them on eBay. You can see like long bolt, little thread up top here, and then this is the front ones, short bolt, a lot of thread. So I figured it out that way. Kind of the pain in the butt to get it in. As you can see, I have my e-brake cables here. I don't exactly remember where they go. I got a reference. That on another car, or just like scrolling through pictures online. But now I'm gonna go ahead and actually install like the lower control arms and stuff, the suspension, and I'm gonna just kind of lightly install it so I can just figure it out later. But the reason why I'm installing all this crap right now is that I kind of want to get this project on the road. Not road, but I want to get this car rolling. I don't exactly have the wheels yet. I gotta find the wheels. But yeah, I want to get this rolling. I want to just get this project moving. I want this car to be a moving car once again. So let's see. I need to get the control arms in. I need to get the suspension in, and I also want all this crap like off of the floor here, because it's taking up a lot of room right here, where this all belongs in the car. So yeah, I want to start trying to put this all in the car now, just to clean up my garage, clean up some clutter, because I got a lot of crap. Like I got extra fuel line, brake line thing that I should just throw that away, because I don't need it, because it seems to be all there. So alright, I'm gonna try to attack all this components, and then also dig through those bolts, because I should have all the bolts for this stuff in those things. Yeah, it's good to have friends that have lots of S2Ks that save all their bolts and crap. But subframe bolts, I think the manual says that you shouldn't reuse them, so maybe later down the road I should buy some new ones, especially since I'm going to put in the spoon rigid collars, etc. So alright, so put all this crap in my car. I don't know why there's a flywheel here, but there is. And yeah, these are the things I installed in the last video a while back. So yeah, pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to put this in the car now, and next time you'll see me is with this crap in the car. Probably start working on this around like 10 p.m. So yeah, it was a lot of work, especially getting in that brake line, and then also using like a jack to jack up the subframe, and using like a scissor jack to keep the front up, and then lining everything up, finding the right bolts and all that stuff. It's yeah, it's a ton of work getting this on here, and it's not even 100% bolted down, but you just want to take a closer look at this stuff. Yeah, it looks pretty good, huh? Yep. OEM suspension for now. Toe arm. I'm missing the bolt for the rear of that toe arm there. I still haven't got around to getting this evap stuff up yet. I gotta research the brake lines, and I gotta put on all the brake stuff. But it's pretty good progress. I'm pretty happy about it. It's a ton more work coming soon, but I'm doing what I can do. So cool. If you made it through this, thanks for watching. I'll probably try to shoot some more like time lapses or something, so you can actually see me work instead of just seeing like the beginning and the end process. But yeah, it's a lot of work getting this on here, and it took me the entire night. So cool. See you next time. Peace out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll try to put more content up regarding the S2K, especially these beauties. Yeah. And this thing, whoa, what's that? But yeah, pretty sweet. Alright, thanks for watching. See ya.